Okay. All right. First of all, I'd like to wish the Texas high school coaches, all the Texas high school coaches, this coming week here. It's an appreciation time for them, just to say thank you for what they do and how they do it. I'm a former high school coach, and the service that they do for us every day is incredible, and what they do with our young people. And just it's a time for us to say thank you for all you do, and you are very appreciated. First of November, they just passed a state legislation where you recognize, and it's an appreciation day for all Texas high school coaches in the state of Texas, and we've got some great coaches in this state.
Questions, please.
All right, well, Kaden being back, I mean, how excited are you for that, and what's he going to bring to the team, like when he's up and running?
We're really excited about Kaden being back. Kaden's an older player. He's played in almost 100 games as a college player. He's a guy that brings a wealth of experience. He's won at the highest level. He's been coached at the highest level by a very good coach already. He's a guy that could communicate with our guys. We expect him to be a guy that talks a lot out there, especially on defense, kind of like an air traffic controller out there in terms of helping guys on that end of the floor. Offensively, we think he could be a guy early right now, give us a presence in the paint with the hard duck ends, and a guy that can score with his right left-hand hook. And, his range will continue to get better as he continues to move forward in his recovery.
I'm not sure, since you've been here, that y'all have had a big like him, at least on the defensive side. Does having him there change maybe what your defense looks like?
Well, last year, Dylan DeSue gave us really good rim protection last year. Was one of the better shot blockers in the Big 12. But consistently, he does give us a guy when he's all the way ready to go. It's going to take some time for him. He didn't have a summer. He didn't have a fall. So again, he's going to have to play his way in right now, whether it be conditioning, doing what we're doing offensively, defensively. But as he continues to come as the season goes, he's one of those guys that can erase mistakes behind guys that beat us off the dribble and get into the paint.
Hey, what'd y'all learn? It's been a couple days since the scrimmage. You kind of watched film, had time to digest it. What'd you learn about the guys and the team from Monday?
Well, we got a chance to play Thomas against two different styles of play early in the year. Colorado, we got a chance to play against the offensive team, transition offensive team, that really challenged our transition defense and getting back and setting our defense. Against St. Edwards, we played against a team that wasn't going to push it as much, but they were going to challenge you to sit down and guard through long possessions, through possessions where you had to take shots and open looks away, and then you had to try to work on finishing possessions with blockouts. Older team that's been together already, know who they are and what they're looking for. So we played an execution team, which was really good for us to have to sit down and have to try to guard.
Kind of independent of UIW, but what do you try to do this last week before the season gets going?
Well, I think everything for us early in the season is going to be about trying to establish an identity of who we're going to be. We're going to strive really hard to be a team that plays really hard on defense, sitting down, trying to guard, try to play unselfish on offense when we move the ball and share the ball. And then we, pull for your teammates, a team that's really, again, trying to be great teammates and pulling for other guys on your team to be successful. So, everything's going to be predicated on us trying to get better in the areas where we got to get better. At the start of the year, taking care of the basketball. We had 15 turnovers the other night. We want 10 or less. Taking care of the basketball, executing, just getting more and more familiar with playing with one another is another thing that we want, really good chemistry where we flow.
Max mentioned the other night that part of the adjustment process is, especially for him as a guard, is figuring out where some guys, their spots on the floor, where they like the ball. Where do you kind of see that coming along, especially from the guard play?
Well, I think, again, not only us, but there'll be a lot of teams around the country that's brought in new players where you're going to be adapting and adjusting throughout the course of the year and just really getting familiar with what guys bring to the table. I think at this point right now, our guys, clearly know what their roles are on our team at this point. But I think now they have to play to that. They have to, again, know, if Max is open in transition, his role is to score the ball for us, shoot the ball for us, and bring shooting. A guy like Zurich, he's running the floor. He's running the floor, for baskets. And, we're trying to put the ball inside, see if he can give us a post presence in there and stuff. So I think just the more we can play and play in game situations. We've only had this group together in game situations on 3 occasions. We had the orange and white scrimmage. We had the 2 scrimmages that we played to this point right now. So, again, I think we're a work in progress, and we'll work this process throughout the first part of the year and get familiar with one another.
You mentioned the identity. How long does that take for you to figure out what you want for these guys to do, and how long do you think it takes them to figure it out?
Well, I think they clearly know what we wanted to be right now. We want to be a team that tries to sit down and guard, and one that takes a lot of pride in sitting down and trying to put consecutive stops together. Transition, getting back, getting our defense set so we can do that, taking care of the basketball. We don't beat ourselves, trying to have 10 or less turnovers, and then we'd be a team that really shares the ball. Share the ball, get the ball moving, let guys get touches, and let's have a good flow about what we're trying to get done. We want to play fast, but we have to be able to get stops to be able to do that. So, again, you work really hard the whole month of November trying to establish an identity. You get into December, it's going to be about the details of what you're trying to get done and how you're trying to get it done. And by the time you get to January, it's conference play, it's grind time. You got to grind it out. You got to be ready to bring your A game every night in terms of what you're doing, and hopefully you master some of those details and you fully know who you are offensively, defensively, and what your identity is.
How's Chris Johnson doing? He plays Monday?
You know what? You never know. We got a great training staff that does a great job. When our guys get banged up a little bit or nicked up a little bit, Warren and those guys do a great job of really working with them and trying to get them back out on the floors as quick as possible. But we won't put him back out there until he's fully ready to go. He turned his ankle the other night, and young players, sometimes it may take them a little bit longer to get back out there a little bit and stuff, but they're doing a great job with the rehab piece right now for him.
With so much roster turnover now, have you changed any of your approach to coachability compared to when you started at Fresno State?
Well, you got to really try to dive into it in the summer. As soon as you get your team put together, once that roster is put together, you got to, you don't really force feed it, but you try to have it be player driven, where guys spend time off the court with each other, get to know one another, and then I think as we get into the start of the school year, now we start doing things to try to help them with the chemistry as well. I think it's critical that you have great chemistry with your staff. That bleeds into the chemistry with your team. It's really hard to have really good team chemistry if you don't have great staff chemistry. So I think all of those dynamics and all those components go into really putting together not only a great chemistry with the team, but having a great culture.
Do you have any update on Dylan, or is it still kind of just taking it day by day with him?
Yeah, Dylan's got to be a little bit longer process. Dylan, anytime you're dealing with the foot, it's a real delicate situation. So, you don't rush that situation there at all. When the opportunity presents itself for him to be able to get back out there, then we'll put him out there. But our training staff's doing a great job with him, and he's making really good progress. But we're playing a long game with him because we need him for the whole remainder of the season.
Anyone surprise you kind of in this kind of working up to regular season, stood out and think, he's going to get some more playing time?
I don't know, again, if we've had anybody surprise me. I think there are guys that I think that still could really make a big jump for us with our team, as they continue to buy into what we're asking them to do and try to be a star in their role. And, I think, Ethiel Harden could be one of those guys that could be a star in his role if he continues to buy into what we really need from him. I think, Kendall Weaver, one of our young guys, Devon Pryor, one of those guys is going to have to emerge for us and give us some depth as well. I think those are kind of the guys that in terms of has a high ceiling to continue to work their way into a rotation piece for us. Those guys have opportunities.
Anything else? RT, you said that IT can be an elite shooter, but this is a guy who's had 6 steals in a game in his career before, averaged a steal for his career. What do you think he brings to the defensive end?
Challenge him to be a two-way player. The best players or guys that have opportunity to be professional players, they have to play on both ends of the floor. And, he's got a good physical presence about him where he's more than capable of doing it. He's an older player. And having an opportunity to play at the next level, you're going to have to be able be able to do that. But I think he brings that to the table. He's a cerebral guy that's played a lot of basketball and has a lot of experience.
I think I've seen you've reached out and gone to some different student groups over the past few weeks. How much fun is it just to be able to do that, and what's your message to students and try and get the corral back up again?
I love getting out and visiting with our student body. You know, we have the cream of the crop on this campus, and you know, my message to them is, you know, really, you know, again, like I said to my team, live where your feet are and try to create memories and moments you're going to remember the rest of your life. You know, and you know, a lot of times they're stressed with a lot of academic work, just like our guys are stressed with their academic, you know, coursework. Come over in another area and really create some great memories that you'll be talking about the rest of your life. You know, and come over to the Moody. We've got an incredible venue to play in, and you know, last year they did an incredible job for creating energy in our building. And again, you never forget those experiences. And so that's been my message to them. Come over and create great memories, great experiences you'll remember the rest of your life, and hopefully you'll remember those moments when you're over in Moody and, you know, you were playing, you know, ex-opponent, and man, how much fun that was, and how much we helped the team, and the team really needs us, and how important we are to their program, and the respect that we have for them is at a very high level.
All good. Thanks, everyone.
Okay, thank you guys.